people? I hope you're doing well. I am here to introduce you to my channel, and go into Thomas Tuchel's season. But first, I'll have to go over introduction. I'm just here to tell you that I want to focus on obviously talking about Chelsea on this channel, and hopefully bring a little focus to basketball. So it's a sport that I love, and I will probably be making a couple of videos about it, making some content. But it will mostly be about Chelsea. Most things Chelsea. Maybe we'll even talk about other top six sides. But before I start that, I would like to ask you guys to share this video if you can, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also give me some constructive criticism in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see, what I can improve on. Obviously, I'm still starting this. I'm quite new at this, but I've always wanted to do this. So give me any advice you can in the comments. I would be highly appreciated. Um, I want to get as many people also on this channel as possible. I want to start doing lives as possible. Get people in streams, get different views, hopefully do some previews, reviews of games, and yeah. So I want to get into the video. Obviously in this video I'm going to be talking about Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel this season has come in the 25th of January. We're currently in the 15th of March. He has played 12 games. We have 9 wins and 3 draws. His method of play concentrates around 3-4-3 and 3-4-2-1. That's the best formation he's come up with in order to fit in the players in our squad. The wing backs we have from the Conte and Sarri era, and the midfielders we have. So we look at his main attributes. The main attributes of our team is defensive solidity at first, considering we've only conceded 2 goals, 1 on goal, and a goal by Minamino against Southampton. We've kept clean sheets against the likes of Liverpool, United, Spurs, Atletico Madrid. It's been almost, you could say, masterclasses of defense. And let's not get this system confused with Conte's one, because it sounds a lot like the attributes of a Conte team, but the difference is the counter pressing and the ability to retrieve the ball higher on the pitch. And because we retrieve the ball higher on the pitch, it's easier to defend. The best way to defend is always, as Pep Guardiola would say, keeping the ball. If you keep the ball, you have less defensive actions to do. I think we look at things like the players that have shined under Tuchel are players like Jorginho and Kovacic. I think I highlighted these two. The reason being is that they are both characters who have been booed, who have been criticized by our fans. Jorginho, for instance, Kovacic, for instance, is someone who has actually won Player of the Season last year, yet still gets criticism, still has some parts of the fan base that are kind of against him starting, against him being never ever present in our team, which I don't understand. Someone like Jorginho, in his first season, was booed, was ridiculed, because of his association with a manager, Sarri, who obviously I don't want to get into Sarri because I'm a big fan of Sarri, but I don't want to get into this whole debate. But I just think the booing was disgraceful, and he has turned his fortunes around. He has proven himself under Tuchel how valuable he can be to the team, and I think a Tuchel team always needs someone like Jorginho who almost controls the orchestra. I like to say he controls the pace of the game. He also controls the tempo, controls how quickly we do. Like, he just keeps the ball moving, which is very integral in a Tuchel team. Next thing I want to talk about is obviously the defense, and especially Rudiger and Christensen. They've both been an integral part of the team. I think Rudiger and Christensen together have been counted out by our fan base. They've been ridiculed as well, but sometimes even I'll be honest with myself. By me myself, I haven't been a big fan of Rudiger, and he's proven me wrong, because his performances have been exemplary. It's been incredible. On that left hand side of the back three, which he played under Conte for a bit, he was incredible. He's been incredible. Other than the one hiccup, which was the own goal versus Sheffield United, he's been very good. He's had a couple of man of the match performances, and I can't really say anything bad about him. I think Christensen similarly has been very good. I think people have this impression that he's good in the back three. The reason being is that he doesn't have to concentrate too much on the physical side of the game. It's more the reading of the game, which he is really good at, Christensen. He reads the game really well, distributes the ball really well. I think people have this impression that you can only be a good centre back if you are 6'3" and muscle to the bone. That's not how it works. In this day and age, centre backs can be good centre backs if they read the game well, right? If they know where to be in certain instances, if their interceptions are in the high numbers, that's how you can be a good centre back. But furthermore, I'll talk about another player, Mason Mount. Now, Mason Mount is, for me, at the same time, the most overhated and most overrated player in our league. Now, I say that because he is someone who is either rated too highly or not rated high enough. I think I'm of the opinion that I think I rate him just correctly, because it's not about saying he's our best player. It's not about saying he's a bad player. You just have to take him as he is. He's a 22-year-old prospect who can always improve. And a 22-year-old prospect should never be starting every single game. That doesn't happen in any top class team. And Chelsea is a top class team, so it shouldn't be happening at Chelsea. I think he has been. Listen. This is the best I've ever seen Mason Mount under any manager, including Frank Lampard. Thomas Tuchel has got a different side to him. He's put him in that right and left number 10 position, which we as Chelsea fans didn't see him playing under Lampard, but he's been very good. He's been creating a lot of chances. I think he is our highest chance creator. But I do think he still needs to improve on aspects of his game. The final third is what comes to mind. Now you might think he has the highest chance creator. How can he not be a good final third operator? The reason I say that is because his chances created are coming from corners and free kicks, and I think he just needs to work on fine tuning that side of his game. Once he does, he can be a very integral part of the team. Now the last thing I want to talk about is Timo Werner. Now, if you guys are aware of who I am, I've been on other channels. I've talked about Timo Werner. I've said some controversial things, but the reason I do is because I had high expectations of Timo Werner. I understand he's a new signing who you have to be patient with, but it's a little difficult for me because I expected a world beater for 48 million, someone who scored 36 goals in last season. I understand that there will be a drop off in performances. There will be a time to acclimate, to kind of get used to this league, this country. And you know what? I have been patient, but I've always said this. There's always certain expectations that you have to achieve. It's important, because if you don't achieve anything in the first season, the second season will always be more difficult for you. So the way I see it is, I am obviously willing to give him another season, but the pressure will be on higher in January. In January, the pressure will be on if he's still not performing, because Morata is someone who came for a higher price tag, and the club was not patient enough with him past the January after he signed. And he was, if you remember, under Sarri in January, he was shipped off to Atletico Madrid. So I hope Timo Werner doesn't have the same results, but I am kind of worried because I see a lot of limitations in his game, similarly to Morata. But one thing I will give him credit for is his movement, and his mentality seems to be right. So we hope that he comes good. And finally, guys, I just want to talk about season expectations now that Thomas Tuchel's here. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. I hope I haven't said too much. I just want to, make this a very brief review of Thomas Tuchel's season. I want to talk about his expectations now. Obviously, when it comes to the Champions League, I want to concentrate on first. We're currently in the 15th of March, and we have beaten Atletico Madrid in the first leg with a Giroud bicycle kick. It was a good performance by the team, but performances don't matter in the Champions League. All that matters is the result, and we had the result. We hope that in 2 days' time, Wednesday, 17th of March, that we proceed to the next round. And until then, I'll make a review. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't like to jinx things. But when it comes to the Premier League, we're sitting fourth at the moment, and we're sitting fourth with a couple of games in hand over our rivals who are under us. But we should be able to get top four. I think top four in a trophy is what matters. But I think Tuchel has a lot to do because of how bad the previous regime was. And with that, guys, I would just like to thank you for watching this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, share this video if you can. I want you to comment what kind of content you'd like to see. Comment if you have any constructive criticism, as I said, because this is obviously my first video. And thank you, guys, and see you.